Hello there and welcome to another Behind the Composition. Before we start, make sure to like this video if you like it and subscribe if you want to see more. So let's get started and let me show you what I found. I've been hiking on the other side there, a new location that I haven't explored before, and then crossing a bridge on the other side and coming down here, all the while having a look at this stream here, which is pretty. It's pretty clean. It has some debris in it, but it's mostly clean and it's clear water. And yeah, it's really interesting. I really want to find something. So then I came around here and I noticed this waterfall and I went down here, and let me show you the composition that I set up. So then let me show you what the main interest of the image is, in my opinion, and that is this waterfall down here. And the other thing that I really wanted to play with is, well, I said this waterfall and the background, and especially the sides you can see here that are kind of just leading in towards the center point there, which has this thicker forest, and it creates a really nice mood in the image. If I just show you here, so as you can see, we have these really nice lines kind of being created in the background there, leading into that point there, the same as the stream is leading up into that point. And then we have this nice waterfall, or small waterfall there, acting as a grabber or acting as an anchor for the foreground, as well as this rock here. And I decided to include a little bit more here in the foreground as well, just to give it even more of a sense of space and everything. What I also did is that I decided to photograph it a little bit wider than I thought that I would want. And let me just show you here. This is kind of more the composition that I had in mind when I set everything up. But I decided to zoom it out just a little bit so that I can, in post in Photoshop, perspective correct this a little bit. So I'm gonna use the perspective correction tool, or whatever it's called. I'm gonna grab this corner and I'm just gonna drag it out a little bit, and that is going to straighten out that side of the image and de-emphasize a little bit of the the dead space that is kind of here, or this dead branch that isn't really that interesting. That's about that for that composition. It isn't really a very difficult composition, but it's a beautiful composition, and it uses a lot of elements to just draw the attention into a certain point in the image. Not really that that point has a special interest per se, but the fact that it ends in a point there adds a little bit of mystery, and it conveys the story that the forest kind of leads on. And now it's starting to rain here, it seems. So I've managed to capture this image just in time. Yeah, but anyway, as I said, it creates a little bit of a mystery. The scene, or it says that the scene kind of continues around the bend over there and everything. And the wide angle just adds to that mystery. I wouldn't have had the same feeling in the image if I had zoomed in a little bit more, used a longer focal length, as I had thought that I would do in the beginning, but rather using the sides that we had and really create a really nice flowing image with that. Another thing that I was playing with was shutter speed. So as you can see here, I did a couple of different shutter speeds just so that I can choose the amount of flow that I want in the image in post. And if we bring up here, we can see that you can see 8 seconds, 6 seconds, 1.5 seconds, 1/5 of a second, half a second, 1/4 of a second, 1/8 of a second. Yeah, so those are the shutter speeds that I was playing with. I was using ISO and ND filters in order to control the amount of light that was coming into the camera. and thus being able to control the shutter speeds through that, as well as I was having a polarizer on to remove a bit of the glare and really enhance the mood of it being a little bit darker. And I'm gonna keep that in post as well, keeping it a bit darker and just add light to the points where I want it through dodging. That's it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, remember to like, remember to subscribe in order to stay tuned for more, and also check out my other videos. I have lots of videos on my channel. I'd recommend that you check out my adventure videos. Yeah, as I said, that's all. So until next time, goodbye.